Facebook. And
Oh, text
had a meeting.
not-
You know,
no.
it's
Alright, gonna
like-
call the working meeting to order.
phone.
It's 6:05. Okay, so Joe Newfield and Mike have been working on plans for the construction of Village Hall. I guess you and Mike can finish those up for next week, and then you wanna bid, I have on the agenda to bid them out for the end of the month.
As soon as he gets them to me so that I can have them on hand,
Okay,
we've got at least one contractor I know of that I've been talking to, that I'm gonna get them to, and he's got one or two that he knows I'm gonna get them to.
okay,
Again, you're looking at a situation where we really don't have to bid it, we have to look at the proposals, which are only talking about less than 15 grand. So we just put it out for proposal, it'll act a lot faster.
okay, I have on there, on the agenda to notice it accordingly, but you guys can,
I can
if you have
put it
to.
out on notice too.
Okay,
Either way.
so,
And we'll get that out of here tomorrow
Yeah.
morning and,
yeah,
in the paper next Thursday, so.
okay, perfect, alright. So we had the two plans from last week, okay, and they're trying to figure out which is the cheapest way to do it, so I'm leaving it up to that.
We're including furniture in the overall cost, because the way
We have plenty of chairs,
we
that's
have
not
extra
the-
chairs,
Mhm,
because
yeah.
we're gonna have a lot more chairs.
Yeah, but we have
Yeah.
chairs all over the building.
Yeah.
This one, this one,
Yeah.
it's one of these in the basement,
Mm.
this one. Not
No,
this.
and I'm talking about, if we have the seating also going that way and this way,
Yeah.
we're talking about seating for the
We
deal.
got another 20 chairs in the basement.
Yeah, and the part that we wanna build up for the board and for court, we have enough money in the court money to do that, so we're gonna use that. So that's not really included in the construction. What Joe wants to include in the internet needs to be upgraded. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the server, we're gonna have to move all those lines, so we have to include all that, right? Okay. Okay, so number two, oh, Steve's Path. Okay, so Steve's Path, I met with Mike from 4D. He said he could do a price to clean up that side
By the gray house?
by the gray house. It would be $2,000 a day. Some of the stuff is included in their contract, I think removal of the vines is in their contract. But he feels he needs to bring in like a tree company to do that, because they're so high up.
David was just, the ones that he did, was just tying rope on them and pulling them with his car. And they were right at the tree.
Okay, because alright, so we were talking about trimming the stuff back, cleaning out the leaves and the garbage, and, going as far as he could in one day with a crew of people. Now, is it worth doing that though? Because is this going to be next year, all the leaves gonna fall again, and then,
There's a lot of garbage in there, there's
There is.
logs in there, there's rocks.
he would take
and-
all that out, he
We
said.
would have to
Where are you
take.
talking about?
Steve's
in
Path.
there?
You
Steve's
know-
Path, as you're going down,
Yeah.
Or-
on the left-hand side,
Where the gray house is,
where the gray house is and that retaining wall they have there.
Yeah.
there's all those leaves and garbage that's in between the
Yeah, but
retaining.
what does that matter?
Well, that's what I
I
was
mean, a
thinking
couple of,
today.
just like to pick out a couple of
But I'd rather use
pieces of
$2,000
garbage.
into the gravel. I think he should just trim back the trees and take out the vines. And plus he wants to put another dumpster. And there's 3 houses in that cul-de-sac that are all having college and high school graduation, so they don't want it done till July. So I think it would be better if we just have 4D trim it and then use the money towards the gravel, because
Okay.
that's what I think. I think, because it's just gonna be there again next
That's
year.
Maybe we
That's
could
not
just
money
have them get some of the bigger logs and.
Right, he said he would take those, no problem.
Okay.
He could take those out when he does the trimming. So,
That looked like somebody was gonna use it for firewood and just left it there.
I
They're
think
cut.
somebody from that gray house, maybe they're landscapers or whatever, just tossed the stuff over that wall,
Yeah.
over their fence.
I would be surprised if, then they don't know about it, because,
But you know, I see that as a walk through the woods. Now admittedly, you have,
Right.
on the right-hand side, you have manicured property and whatever. But as you're going down on the left, it's woods. And there's always gonna be leaves, and I think there should be leaves. And there
Well,
should be-
I'm not, I don't, I'm
we were
not
thinking more of the
really.
garbage and the
Yeah,
vines,
there's a
right?
couple,
Yeah,
there's
garbage,
always gonna be
vines.
wind-blown garbage.
Yeah, leaves can stay there, you
Yeah.
know.
So $2,000 for that.
I'd rather use that towards, and put gravel down, okay. I'll just have 4D take the vines
And
and,
garbage.
and, yeah, He really did a good job though, came out great.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
did. And it stopped all the water.
Oh, it did?
There's no
Did
water.
we had a lot of rain?
Yeah,
Yeah.
every day.
So that was tested.
Well, I
Well,
walked
every
around it
ti-
every day, I didn't have any problems.
Yeah, and every time it rained hard, they were getting water running over their wall.
Yeah.
And it isn't,
Good.
I mean, it stops it right along the ties, and if anything, it goes down the hill along the ties. It was a success.
Were they the ones who complained about the deer and the landscaping and the question? There was somebody around there that had come to one of our meetings a year ago or something. I've seen deer as I'm walking down the path, there's deer.
Their issue was with the retaining wall, that the water was taking the retaining wall, but you said that's not happening already.
Nobody,
Okay.
somebody else.
Not at all.
All right, so I'll let 4D know, and then we'll get a price for gravel, okay, Joe? So what do you think, how many yards?
I think the funniest idea.
You don't want mine.
No, I don't, whatever yours is, I'm cutting it in half.
I was thinking 40 yards.
Yeah, that's, I'm going with 20 then, okay.
I'd be close to 10.
I'll ask 4D for a price too, for the gravel, we'll see. Yeah, okay.
Where are all the volunteers that we're supposed to get?
They're done, the community service people are done, right, Joe? They all finished all their hours?
I think everybody's done.
Yep.
Yes.
And then the people that were here in May paid a fine, they didn't have any community service, right? Is that how it happened?
I'm not sure, but I know that Christine reported at the last meeting, at the last court, that everybody had finished up.
Okay,
One of the people, right, yes, because one of the people was here to pay a fine, you're right.
right.
Yes.
I don't know if the other person even showed up, so they might be.
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, so items 3, 4, and 5, and 6, once again, all on hold for the next meeting. I just keep getting on. Okay, so number 7 is, we have a resolution to pass for the town of Brookhaven. They're applying for a $22 million grant with New York State. I don't know if they're gonna get it or not, but if they do get it, it's required that we pass the resolution for the items that we wanna share, or that we would possibly share services with them if they win the grant. So, you and I have gone back and forth. I think we have no choice, because what if they do win the money, right? Do you feel that way?
Right, there's no doubt, I mean, it'd be great if we could get some of these things, I think we should maybe make that part of the resolution of the town,
Mm-hmm.
that we, if the grant's awarded, that we receive some of the, some of the benefit.
I think that's what, from my understanding, didn't we take it, they have a list of things that we were interested in, if we pass that resolution?
It was like street lighting.
Yeah, street lighting, street
Basically.
sweeping, stuff
Yeah.
like that, right, okay.
I added the tree work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it made it to the master list or whatever, because I know that he brought it up as something that, they said they have tree guys already looking for the town. So I said, if we had an occasional issue where we call in just, in the old place and we pay for it, they said, oh no, we could do that.
Okay, so when
I
we
think
had the storm, that little tornado?
Yeah.
Our price to remove the trees here, right, the total cost was what, around 44,000?
Yeah.
Just for one day, they gave us a price of over 55,000, just for the first day. Okay, and we have spent the last 4 months
Yeah.
working with the town of Brookhaven, getting prices for potholes, street sweeping, striping, drains. They don't even,
And lights.
lights, they can't, with the exception of lights, which was the only thing we could even possibly even benefit a little bit, none of them come close to the private people that are giving us prices.
Wow.
Not even close.
And they're building it obviously profit.
Street sweeping, we pay $875 for the truck for the day, they wanted $11,000.
So how's this gonna, this is,
The striping, they require 9 guys.
9 guys, yeah, right.
3 pickup trucks, 1 paint truck, and 1 truck with just cones to put down on the paint line. 9 guys, 3 trucks, 3 of the guys are supervisors.
When you gave us the price for the street sweep, for the
$40
striping in
an hour.
California Park, what was that, like $900?
Yeah, it was like,
Each.
Yeah,
Each.
yeah, they wanted like, for the day, so it would end up being like $7,000 just to do Van Brunt Manor Road, only from 25A to Shore Road. So I don't know how, for us, I think we're too small and it's not gonna benefit us, but what if there is something that can benefit us? I think we have
well,
to, you know.
yeah, maybe if it turns out that they would win, literally win the lottery, because that's gonna be a windfall of money, that at that point, people will start to come up with projects or something, as opposed to, you know, shared services, that in the long run might reduce our costs.
One of the things we can do is if we sign this resolution is, the money we could work with, say the town of Port Jeff, and say take their street sweeper and then the town would pay that village, because we would be sharing it with them even though it's theirs. So we talked about that yesterday, because I was in Port Jeff all day yesterday, and, so that's a benefit, because they can give us a better price.
Well, my point is that we should still go ahead with this, you know, really hoping that Brookhaven wins that prize.
Yes,
And
they're down, I mean, that's only down to four or five villages, you know, places, so.
Yeah, 1 or 5.
4 villages of 1 town, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be on the main agenda. Okay, so we have to pave Sharon and Highview. We are probably $90,000 under budget right now, Joe, from last year,
85,000.
85,000. So we're gonna use that instead of just putting it in savings account, because I think we don't need to have $200,000 in savings account. We'll use that money to pave those 2 roads, and we'll do that in the summer.
so that's more than the original, I had heard curbing, but that was be true.
We're looking at pricing for that too, because either we have to do berm curbing, or we could do block, or we can do concrete, but we're,
Up there.
yes, we are gonna bid that out and see if we can fit it into the budget.
Okay, because, you know, we've talked about how there's a lot of curbing throughout the village.
Yeah,
And one that every time I walk past it, which is practically every day, it just seems to be getting worse, is on Walnut, in front of 23 Walnut, which is the Mason's house, it's empty, across from the Hess's house in the log cabin. The curb, it's a fairly steep part, the curb is totally gone, and all the water washes down to off the road. And it's probably about 1.5 feet deep now. It's a real gully there. So, if we're gonna do curbing anywhere, say, you know, it probably is about 12 feet long, just go and patch it so that, I don't know whether we'd be responsible for filling the gully.
well, you know that we're doing the curbing right around, is it already
Yeah,
done?
well, one way or another, whether it's this
Okay.
one with Sharon, or it's the, kind of just bring that project up, if they're down there,
Well, I was gonna say, I don't know, I didn't go down there today, did they finish the curbing?
no, they did not.
Okay, so I could talk to them and get an additional price just to keep going.
It's just right up there.
Okay,
That would be, I think, the next door neighbor to Dr. Bovee.
yeah.
So he's close
Well,
to.
Dr. Bull is paying for the curbing in front of his house. So it's actually, we're going to one point where we stop, and then he's picking it up to the front of his
Okay.
house.
So
So
just
then we
stay
could
with-
keep going, you know
Right.
what I mean? So, okay. Okay. All right, Joe, did you got a request from Bob? Bob's not here for, the movie rental equipment
I
and the meeting?
didn't make a copy of it, no.
I don't see Bob though.
I did not make a copy, it's on
What do
my
we want
email.
this?
But he
what do we
wanted, they're doing, end of the summer movie night or school's out party for the kids, and they're gonna do outdoor movie. They wanted the village to pay for the, movie rental equipment. And he also asked if he could use, Village Hall. I don't remember the date, was it the 15th? Was it June 15th? Thursday?
I think,
I think it's June 15th, so that they can plan a lobster day.
Okay, well, I think we had talked about this once before, that
They
it has to
provided-
be in conjunction with a village event, if we're gonna spend money on it.
Yeah,
So it has to be, we have to work that out, that there's something else happening in the village.
Yeah, we put a limit on that when we first made that resolution.
Yeah, it came up once before, we agreed that there has to be some kind of village component.
yeah, so, what could be something that we could do at the end of the year, start off the summer.
You know, if it's gonna be, is it children related?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we could,
It's
you
only
know,
children. I think they're doing, I don't know what movie they're, I think 8 o'clock is what,
Nemo?
Nemo, and then 10 o'clock is Jaws for like the high school, college kids.
Yeah.
So,
What night of the week is that, would that be?
that's a Friday.
Friday night?
Mhm.
So what about security? Are you gonna have
I
that
told-
Friday night with the high school kids and stuff? I think we need to kind of think about that.
Yeah, well, I forget how long, Jaws is from 1980, what is it, an hour and a half, right? So,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know what happens
Frank,
is
do we
that
have people
it's just
that
like a frat party, the word gets out.
we have
and then,
cover, he's, yeah, he
You
said no
know,
problem.
Frank, you can handle all that?
Well, how's my own?
we could have, just, you know, historic presentation about history of the village or, you know, here,
I think it's,
something related to the village,
okay,
the village,
I can have,
so we can make that as a condition of the, if you decide to approve it, we can make it as a condition of the approval.
well, we have a plan for the rain garden down at California Park that's gonna be presented today. We could have that presentation down there that night.
Mhm.
John, the presentation that you do tonight for
Yeah.
us, would you mind making it available so we can have it down at the park on Friday, June 23rd, for anyone who's down there and wants to look at it?
Okay.
Okay, that would be good. Okay, good. Okay, you're up, John, come on up.
So this is like a packet of some like local native plants and like why rain gardens are important from the state. So you guys can just like pass around and look through it, I guess. I could also email any copies if anyone wants them, but
So this is John Idia. He lives over on Shen Court.
Yep.
He's 11th grade?
Yep.
Okay, you're working on your Eagle Scout project with Rich?
Well, I'm already an Eagle Scout, but
Okay.
I'm going above and beyond doing like environmental projects.
Okay.
Or like Corner Day projects. So I've already done 2, this one would be my 3rd.
Okay, and you're working on fixing the rain garden that's down at California Park,
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
What troop are you?
Where was the
Fire
rain?
Troop 70.
The sump,
The sump.
The
He's
what?
calling it a rain garden.
the sump.
Is that what it was originally called? Who came up with rain garden? Why? I never heard that. I thought I missed something.
So like when it rains, and like there's like runoff involved, and a rain garden's job is to like control the runoff from going into the water because when people like fertilize their lawns and whatnot, the rain will carry the nitrogen and other elements in the fertilizer into the water, which could harm the like animals and living creatures in the water. So the whole point about of why I want to rebuild the rain garden is to help put new plants in there that will help pull the nitrogen and other elements out of the rain, the runoff, before it gets into the water.
And what kind of plants are you looking to put in?
Well, I was mainly looking to put in bayberry bushes and red twig dogwood trees, which there's a list in there and I highlighted those 2. Because the bayberry bushes I've worked with them before in a past Corner Day project I've done. And they're only around $20 each, and the red twig dogwood trees are about $20 to $50 each. So, and I also think that it would also improve like the overall aesthetics of the area because it doesn't look too appealing right now. So,
And who's gonna put them in?
I would be putting them in with other members of my troop,
Okay.
the Boy Scouts. So,
And when are you looking to do that?
sometime over the summer.
Okay. So we don't, I think you said that you wouldn't need more than a couple $100 worth of plants, right?
Yeah, I said I believe it should be around $300, but definitely no more than $500 to
Okay.
complete the project.
At $20 a plant?
$20 for each bayberry bush, but around $50 for the red twig dogwood trees.
Okay.
How big did they get?
The bushes or?
Both.
Well, the bushes, those are the ones that I planted recently in like West Mount Beach. I planted them roughly about 2 years ago, and it's only about up to like this seat, not too high. The red twig dogwood trees are probably, I'm not sure, but not like too big. Like I can't really explain it. Probably about as tall as a table.
Okay.
a read on that.
And you're gonna actually plant them inside the sump?
Yep, I go in there, take everything out, all the overgrown, plants, and then replant those ones.
God bless you.
There's, there are some things living in there, I just wanna make sure you know that.
Well,
Not nice things.
well, yeah, oh, like,
I'm choosing my words carefully here.
well, like, unwanted animals, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cause I wouldn't wanna like disturb any, like, habitat. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not totally like sure how, feasible it will be, but.
You'll have rakes with you and stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely want to just give it a shot. I mean, I think it would be possible. I've dealt with other overgrown areas with like thorns and whatnot, so
Which will help you with that, but,
yeah.
yeah, so don't worry, okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck. Okay, I have one thing. Last week, when the Civics had their Mechanics Night, they put these on Deborah Manor Road, and somebody left this in my mailbox that they don't want this, so I'm making an announcement to please don't put these on people's mailboxes if you're running for office. They're asking that they're not paid to their mailboxes, okay? And anyone have anything else for the working meeting? You haven't heard that? Can you have anything? No. Can I make a motion to go to executive session? To,
Oh, yes, it's discussed an employee matter.
Yeah.
Well, we need a second and,
Oh,
Second.
Second.
so it's unanimous.
I second that.